I don't think this lighting's the best, but we're gonna work with it. Like I said, trying to figure this out, you guys. Granted, it has been really shit ass fucking weather this week, like not even kidding. It's been raining every single day all week, damp, cold, crappy, and I just want to wear high-waisted shorts and my new dress that I have hanging over there, right there, because I'm wearing that for Danielle's birthday. What do we think? I'll be posting pics. Hey beautifuls! So today I'm giving you guys a story time-ish video. Originally this video was going to be pretty much about how one of my relationships kind of ended because of my anxiety, and I didn't really feel like really good about it because it just felt like a very negative video, and I didn't want it to be that way. I just really didn't feel comfortable about it. And I did post about that on Snapchat. Ow, my head. Do you guys hate when you randomly scratch your head and there's like a pimple there and you pop it and it hurts and it's like, why is there even a pimple there to begin with? Ugh, gross. I wanted to take a different approach to this and a more positive, you know, tone, because lately, honestly, I haven't really been that positive and I've been just kind of down and negative, and I wanted to kind of bring awareness to this, or like just share it with you guys, because I never really hear a lot of people talk about it, or you know, aspects of relationships with anxiety, with one of the other person suffering with anxiety. So I just actually realized just now that Nicole Christine did a video about this because she dated someone with bipolar disorder, if you know who she is, and I really took to that because I felt a lot, you know, I understood a lot where she was coming from and you know, how it was and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to put this out there and just kind of to bring it to you guys and just to let you know that, you know, if you are dealing with someone that doesn't understand or doesn't want to understand or whatever the case, or you have in the past, that it's okay, and that, you know, not everyone is going to welcome you with open arms, as sad as that is in our society. That's just the way it is. I'm gonna give you guys like a slight backstory. So basically, when I was in high school, I didn't know what I had was anxiety. I knew I was very fearful, I was very paranoid, I didn't like to talk to people, I was very shy, so I just kind of classified myself as that because I didn't really, you know, I didn't think of it as anxiety or any of this stuff until obviously years later, and I was like, wow, I'm not crazy. People suffer with this, like I'm not crazy. And you know, in high school I did kind of think that I was a freak and that I was weird and that, you know, no one really got it except me, which was, yeah, but you know, finding out later was nice. It was nice to finally, you know, I have this and it's okay. But yeah, so keep that in mind. I dated this guy, and, you know, our relationship was great and everything, but things did, you know, obviously end. And I feel like a lot of it was because I had a lot of symptoms of my anxiety, which was overthinking and assuming and paranoia. Like I said, I don't know if that's for everyone, but for me, like that's like a dead ringer. And I'm really trying not to do that anymore because it just drives me insane and it sucks, and to really have no control over it is like the worst thing ever. Basically, the relationship ended and I kind of was feeling in it that, you know, after a while, like, he didn't really understand me, or he didn't really, you know how to understand me, that sort of thing. And so he just, you know, it just ended, which, you know, was completely fine, and there's no hard feelings and water under the bridge, like, you know, it's history obviously, but for a while it has made me feel really guilty and really sad. And even right now, because I've really realized this within the past few months, that like this, you know, that wow, basically someone didn't want to be with me because of something I couldn't control. And that made me feel so sad, you guys, like so sad. Like I was crying, I was like, oh my god, I'm so horrible. But then, you know, I kind of thought about it in a different way. And I posted last night on Snapchat something I wrote in my anxiety book, which is, I am not, you know, I am not going to feel guilty for things I can't control in my mind, which is true. I personally am not going to feel guilty for, you know, how I feel, because how I feel and how my mind works, like I can't control that. I can't control it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people, you know, honestly, I find just, you know, they're not going to be like you. They're not going to welcome you with open arms. They're not going to get it, and it's okay, because there's so many other people out there and so many people in your life that love you and support you and want you to do well, that, you know, just because this one person doesn't get it and just kind of was like, okay, well, I'm done with you because you're crazy, or they think you're crazy, then just goodbye, because you don't have time for that, especially for your mental health. Like, that is just tremendous. That's just like so much stress and BS you don't need. That's kind of what happened with me, and now I'm kind of finally just getting over like the guilt part of it, and I'm just kind of just, like I said, just realizing that it's okay, and that, you know, I've kind of had to take a step back. And I did talk to some of my friends last night and just kind of realized that, you know, like I've said before in my Talk the Talk videos, life could be so much worse. And so what? One person didn't want to be a part of your life because of something you couldn't control. That's completely fine. Like I said, I don't really know if it was 100% that, or that they thought that I didn't want to try, or I didn't want to do anything in my life. Like, there's a lot more to, you know, that relationship I'm just not even gonna get into, because I just don't want to think about it, because it makes me sad. Just because one person doesn't get you, and one person, you know, doesn't either want to or know how to support you. I mean, there's obviously ways that they can, you know, you could tell them, like, you know, when I feel like this, or when I'm talking about this, you know, just try to like understand me on some level, or when I'm panicking, do, you know, help me through this. I've talked to a lot of you guys, or a lot of you guys have commented on my stuff, and I've just been like, how do you deal with, you know, how does anxiety, you know, with you and David, how does that work? And basically with David, it's like, I actually kind of talked to him about this a few weeks ago, because I was feeling really kind of still guilty about this whole thing. And he basically was like, you know, anxiety is a part of you, but it's not you. And that just made me feel so much better, because, like, it's true. You are not your mental illness. You are not. It's something you deal with. It's something you cope with, but it's not who you are. You know, that's not who I am. I am not my anxiety, social anxiety, and depression. I am not. I am so much more than that. And some days I do forget that, honestly, because, you know, everyone has their days, and I've been having a lot of those days over my break, probably because I haven't been doing anything and my mind's just been wandering, and I hate that. I hate it so much, especially when it brings up the past. Like, oh, so annoying. But I think I'm going a little off track here, but I hope you guys get like the message I'm trying to put out there, that, you know, if you are dating someone that just like flat out just kind of like rejects, not really rejects, but just doesn't like want to, you know, just doesn't want to pursue you, or just like, you know, because whatever, you know, your mental illness is or whatever, then honestly it's their loss, because you will find someone that is so amazing and doesn't think that you're crazy and doesn't think any of those bad things and doesn't want to not have to deal with you, and they will accept you and love you and support you. And because I feel like everyone needs, you know, someone like that in their life. I'm kind of all over the place with this video, but like I said, I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say here. It did happen to me, and I didn't realize this until now, and it does, like I said, it made me sad, and I still am a little sad over it, but, you know, move on. And again, I wanted to bring this to kind of a light, because I feel like it's not really talked about, anxiety in relationships, and I don't necessarily believe that, you know, someone that doesn't want to, you know, doesn't get you is it because they, you know, they don't want to. You know, you may be with someone right now that they just don't understand, they don't get it. So my best advice, if you are, you know, with someone that, you know, just doesn't get it plainly and, you know, flat out, is just, you know, talk to them about it. Just be like, look, this is my triggers, this is what happens to me, I have panic attacks, this is what happens in public, and, you know, just tell them some things that they can do for you, like holding your hand, or, you know, holding on to you, or whatever, so you don't freak out, or you don't panic, or whatever the case. That really helps me a lot. I know that when I go out to eat, because one of my big things with anxiety is eating out at restaurants or eating in public. Like, it's hell, absolute hell for me, because I get my fears of, I'm afraid I'm gonna choke on my food and die. Everyone is fucking staring at me, and I'm just like, leave me alone. And yeah, that's basically like my fears, and just like, it's irrational and it sucks, but David like holds my hand, because I just kind of start, you know, shaking my hand, and he kind of knows, like, okay, I gotta hold your hand while you eat. And it just helps me so much and calms me so that I can get through the meal and get the hell out of the restaurant and not feel crazy. Recently it's been kind of coming back a little bit, and I don't like it at all, and it makes me feel really but for the most part I've been getting better at that. But you know, it really helps, you know, in a relationship if you just talk to them about what you're dealing with and what they can do to help you, so that, you know, it's not like they're like, And like I said, there may be people out there that just flat out, they don't have anything to do with it. They don't want to understand. They don't want to have to deal with you or deal with it and just call you crazy and weird, which happens to me a lot. Hi. But I like to embrace those terms because it's like, yes, I'm crazy and I'm weird, but that's, you know, but not in a negative way. More of like a fun way, because I don't like the whole aspect of being normal, but we're not going to get into it. Honestly, I'm just very blessed that I have someone that loves me and understands and doesn't think that, oh, I'm gonna cry again, I just did my makeup pretty too, and doesn't think I'm a burden because of something that I cannot control. And I also think it's because a lot of you guys know that David does have epilepsy, and you know, he deals with something every day, and I tell him, you are not, you know, some days he does get, you know, kind of down and he gets pissed off, and he's like, I don't want to have to deal with this anymore. And I'm like, you think I want to deal with anxiety? Meh. But you know, I'm just like, you are not your epilepsy. You can do things. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do anything because you have seizures. Like, that's ridiculous. And he tells me the same thing. So I feel like in that way we're kind of on the same playing field. But yeah, so I'm gonna cry again because yeah. But yeah, so I hope this video makes a little bit of sense. I'm kind of all over the place here, but I just kind of wanted to share my, you know, my little experience with anxiety and my relationships, because I feel like that's not really talked about that much, or as far as I've seen. Oh god, I'm burping again. Okay. I just kind of wanted to put it out there to you guys, and yeah. So I hope this video made a little bit of sense to you guys. I just kind of really wanted to throw this out there because I haven't honestly seen a lot about, you know, anxiety or mental illness in relationships, and I just really kind of wanted to bring a light to it, because it is something that, you know, either a lot of people don't really get or they don't want to get it, and that really sucks. But you know, if they are willing to understand, they love you and they want to be there for you, then that's great. And if they don't get it, don't want to get it, think you're weird, think you're crazy, and you know, just say goodbye, then, you know, let them go, because obviously that's not who is meant for you. You are meant to be with someone that loves you and supports you and takes care of you as you to them, and is able to understand and not judge you for something you can't control. Okay, so that's pretty much my whole little spiel. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Next week, I am actually having you guys vote on my Twitter right now. It's pretty much yes and yes are the choices. If you guys want to see an eyebrow routine on Wednesday and maintenance, so just go to my Twitter down below, and there will be a poll somewhere in my tweets where you guys can vote either yes or yes, because pretty much I'm gonna do the eyebrow routine, but I want to know what you guys think. But yeah, so I love you guys so much. Hope you have an awesome day. Subscribe here if you want to see more. Please leave video requests below. I'm getting low on requests, and I do want to do that video with my mom. I really want to do the video with her, so maybe I will do that really soon. But yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Still filming.
This is normal.
Okay.
Hi. It's Clara.
Oh god.
Bye.
Okay, close my door. Goodbye. Bye, Clara.
Bye.
Goodbye.